This morning, the House Select Committee investigating the deadly January 6th attack on the Capitol will hold its first hearing. This is the compact room where 9 members of the bipartisan committee will meet. NBC News has learned that committee chair Benny Thompson and the former number 3 ranked Republican in the House, Liz Cheney, are expected to deliver opening statements.
Really important opportunity to remind everybody about the necessity of accountability for what happened.
This first hearing will feature these 4 police officers, all of whom were at the Capitol on January 6th. 2 are from Capitol Police and 2 are from D.C. Police. The 4 will describe what they faced that day, including the moment D.C. officer Daniel Hodges was crushed at a doorway of the Capitol, screaming in pain.
By the way, this is something, Mika, that these 4 police officers, these law enforcement officers, are 4 people who, again, will expose those who want to hide the truth of January the 6th. Will expose those who claim that January 6th was just tourists walking through there, just a normal day for tourists. Will expose the lies of Ron Johnson, who said nobody had any reason to be worried about what was going on with the people that were coming up, that they were just good old American and patriots. We'll expose the lies of Donald Trump, who said it was Antifa and it was Black Lives Matters marches and they were just good patriots. Well, those lies will be exposed. It's why, again, you just wonder well, what's a good word to use for it? Well, I guess the kindest word I could use, stupidity. The stupidity of Kevin McCarthy and the Republican Party to be opposed to these law enforcement officers, to put themselves on the other side of wanting to get to know the truth. They don't, a lot of these police officers, Mika, you'll remember, were treated rudely when they went up on Capitol Hill to talk about their experiences on January the 6th. Some members turned their backs, walked away. It took one officer a while to actually get Kevin McCarthy to meet with him. He said Kevin McCarthy kept lying about their meetings. He finally got in to talk to him. But again, all of this lying by Trump supporters in the Capitol, saying that, oh, we need to support the blue. We need to, blue lives matter. No, it doesn't. Not to them. Didn't matter to them. Not on January the 6th. I guess they're saying they support law enforcement officers. They support cops only when it fits their political agenda. But if it doesn't fit their political agenda, then they literally say to police officers, go to hell. They literally say to police officers, we really don't care what happened to you. They literally say to police officers brutalized and almost killed on that day, we don't want you to tell your story because it might embarrass a former reality TV host. We don't want people to see what really happened on that day because we want people to forget that the United States government was almost overrun. We want Americans to forget about the insurrection that took place. We don't ever want Americans to see the pictures that happened. We don't want them to hear the testimony of law enforcement officers about being brutalized with American flags, almost killed time and again, saying they were thinking about their children, afraid they were going to die as they were being beaten to death by American flags, just within an inch of their lives. They don't want anybody to actually understand that what was taking place here was not just a normal day at the Capitol for tourists. It wasn't a bunch of patriots just trying to participate in the government. It was full-blown sedition. I mean, sedition if you actually care about what the statute says about a conspiracy to commit sedition. Sedition if you actually care about what the law says, if you actually care about the rule of law. And right now, make no mistake of it, Republicans, the same Republicans who are on the side of voodoo when it comes to vaccines, are now on the side of covering up violence. Voodoo and violence, not really a good 1-2 punch for your 2022 plans. But that's where this Republican Party finds itself. and it's going to be there's no going to be polishing what these police officers say about what happened on January the 6th.